Okay guys, so today I decided to put together 10 things you will need for your leopard gecko. There are a few optional ones at the end, but these are pretty much the basic things you need. I might be a bit brief on some of these, but that's because I've gone into more detail in other videos and those links will be in the description below. We're going to start off with setup. So you obviously need a tank. You can use a vivarium, a terrarium, faunarium, fish tank. Any of them will be totally fine. But I find from hearing from other people and my own experience that tanks that open on frontwards rather than on top work a lot better when it comes to trying to tame your gecko. For example, just imagine being a baby gecko and all of a sudden a big hand comes down and grabs you. That's the only problem with using things like a fish tank. It can be a bit of a pain. You'll need at least 2 hides, one for the hot end, one for the cold end. The one in the cold end can double up as a humid hide, but definitely 2 is a minimum. You'll need a water bowl. There's loads of different designs out there, so whatever floats your boat. You'll need a calcium dish, but you don't necessarily have to buy one of these. You can actually just make your own out of a milk lid. You'll need a heat mat, as this is your leopard gecko's main heat source. Make sure it actually covers 1/3 of the floor space. My one is 6 by 11 inches and it's a 7 watt. You'll obviously need thermometers. I use this digital one. Digital ones are usually more precise, and this one was only £1.75 off eBay. You might be tempted to buy one with a Reptile logo on it. I did with my crested gecko. I got a Reptizoo one, and I can honestly say that the hygrometer on that particular model is terrible. So just because you pay a lot or it has a certain brand name on it, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be any good. Now for controlling heating. You can use one of 2 things, a thermostat or a timer. This is more expensive, definitely more expensive, but it is more precise, especially where the leopard gecko needs a drop in temperature at night. If you have a dimmer thermostat like I have, you can control the night temperature as well, which is really handy. The timer works well, and I mean I've used it for like 8 years. The only problem is if you live in a really cold country and at night the heat mat goes straight off, if the room temperature is too low, that isn't great for your leopard gecko, so maybe a thermostat will be better. Health wise, you do need a calcium powder and a vitamin powder. They've got to be separate. If you watch my metabolic bone disease video, you'll understand why. You want a safe disinfectant for your reptile. So I use a veterinary disinfectant, but there are plenty of reptile ones out there. Don't use things like Dettol and stuff. It's just not good for your reptiles. So now for some optional things. A food dish. This really depends what you're going to feed your gecko. If you want to feed them mealworms, then you're going to want a food dish. Ideally one with like a lip. I think Exoterra do one like this. And this just prevents them from escaping. I've put substrate in optional just because I think this is up to you. I'm not going to really tell you to use a specific substrate. So substrates to avoid include sand, calci sand, wood chippings, small pebbles and stones, and aspen. Substrates I would recommend: newspaper, paper towel, kitchen roll, reptile carpet, eco earth, slate. I've heard vinyl's quite good and easy to clean. And the final optional item are plants. Leopard geckos don't necessarily need plants. They're not like crested geckos, they don't have to climb up in them and hide in them. I mean, occasionally I do find my geckos climbing them, but they're not really necessary. So I hope this video has been helpful. As I said at the start, there will be helpful links in the description below where I go into different videos and I go into a lot more detail about certain subjects. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.